Hey everybody, back at the house. This video is going to be almost a week late. This video is a little bit of footage that we accumulated during practice for the Elite last week in Slidell. A lot of this footage was really good footage, but this was supposed to be on a vlog, and we really started to kind of panic a little bit because we weren't on any good fish, and we realized that we needed to put our nose to the grindstone, and I had to kind of shift out of focusing on production and more on finding fish so we can win some money. So this vlog that I was going to post, I just really didn't get a lot of talking, and it just ended up being a lot of really good clips from fishing, but it just wasn't really vlog quality footage, just some really good fishing footage, but not a vlog. And I know this was late, but we were having problems with internet back in Louisiana, and the hotel we were staying at, the internet was awful. And then the weather and basically fishing all day, so we didn't have time to come in and edit and do that kind of deal. It was just all fishing, all working. So it was just a crazy week. But we're back home now. Gonna do some fishing hopefully soon whenever the boat gets out of the shop. Just getting some regular scheduled maintenance done. Nothing's broken yet this time. I do need to replace my bilge pump. It's starting to give me some issues. But other than that, just regular 100-hour Yamaha scheduled service. Been having no issues with that engine, which is a blessing. And I'm even over. I should have got my service done a little bit ago, but I've been traveling. So we are getting everything squared away on the boat. And I'm going to roll these clips from Louisiana. I might do a little voiceover if I can figure out how to put this on the video. And really let y'all know what's going on in the video. And kind of let this be more of like a talking, just kind of watching some footage, some fishing videos. So I will roll this footage now. Alright, so this fish right here, there's actually a couple on this point. This is right when we got in this pond. We hadn't even been in this pond for like 20 yards, and we already saw a bunch of fish. And all the fish we're going to try and catch during this day are all smaller fish, like 4 or 5 pounders. That wouldn't help us in the tournament. So we're not sore lipping or good tournament fish. We're just having fun, getting some cool footage, catching some smaller fish. And it turned out that we actually never caught any good ones in the tournament anyway, so it wouldn't have made a difference. Alright, so right here I'm just showing y'all what it looks like when we sight fish redfish. That's just a redfish cruising. He's in about 8 inches, 10 inches of water. He's moving along real slow. He doesn't know we're there. We could have easily caught this fish if we wanted to, but I was just showing y'all what it looks like. This is actually a giant wad of redfish that we found right after we saw that fish that y'all just saw. We looked over and we saw something moving in the water, and we couldn't quite figure out what it was, and we realized it was just a giant wad of redfish. It's hard to see because of the glare on the water, but there's about probably 30 to 35 redfish all on top of each other in about a 8-foot radius, just circle. And they're just sitting, you know, like they'll be multiple deep. Like you'll see one, there's another one right below them. It's about 3 feet of water here. And trying to do a little camera work here. But it is a absolute wad of redfish. They were all different sizes, big, small. And I actually throw in here and just see how they react to my bait. I wonder if they would all just go crazy over it or if they would be indifferent or what. I bump one, bounce it off another one, and then finally one eats it. So I just couldn't help myself, had to catch one. Luckily it was one of the smaller ones and not a big one that we need for the tournament. But ended up not even finding that wad during the tournament, so it didn't really make a difference anyway. Not that good.
Dude, that is unreal. Look at them, they're still all just doing their deal.
Hanging out. They just hear that fish coming out. They're coming over here now to hear that too. They hear that sound. And here comes the other ones coming because you can't see.
Alright, so right here, we're just going along, and I noticed a giant coming down the bank. And I knew he was over, so I knew it'd be fun to catch. So I threw at him, and he didn't even seem like he wanted to eat. He just kind of nosed up to it and decided that he was going to eat it. And it was a lot bigger than I thought he was. When I threw at him, I thought it'd be like about a 30-incher or something like that. And he ended up being like, we never measured him, but he would have been over 35, 36 inches. It was a giant, and it was a lot of fun to catch on light tackle. But it was one that wouldn't have made a difference in the tournament anyway, so it was just fun to catch them, especially when you get to sight cast them. Good Lord. Good Lord, that's a giant. He's way too big. See, that's why I threw at him. But see, there's a smaller one right behind him. Don't watch where you... Oh, yeah. You know when they pull drag, when the drag's all the way down, that's how you know it's a good one. Good Lord. Let's pull down here. I'm gonna put the poles down. Yeah, you probably need to get down. That's like a dang 32-inch fish. Oh no, don't go under there. Back that way. There you go. Look at the size of this thing. It is a giant. That's the only reason. You ain't gotta do that. This is a brute. That's the only reason I threw at this fish. He was telling me not to throw, but I knew he was gonna be over. There wasn't a question about that. Oh my God. I told you it was a giant. So we know, you got it on?
Yeah.
So we know this fish is 15 pounds at least, because he is just bottoming out the scale like there's no issue. Good grip on this big guy. Oh, Lee. That thing is huge.
I can't even get him all in the frame.
Oh, you got it zoomed out all the way?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Dude, that's a toad, Michael.
So this fish is easily over 15 pounds. He's probably about 33, 34 inches long. Just a giant. Saw him coming down the bank. Usually I wouldn't throw at a big fish, you know, a couple days before a tournament, but I knew this fish was, you know, definitely not the one we needed in the tournament. So, absolute giant. Gonna go ahead and let him go. Come on, sight fishing one like this, like I said, I had that Concept Z, I had the drag locked all the way down. And whenever they pull drag on that, you know it's a giant. These are the ones you really got to take.
That's probably about a 20-pound fish.
Well, he bottomed out the 15-pound scale like it was nothing, so he's pushing 20. And those are the fish you really got to make sure they swim off, because those are the ones that have the babies.
That's the breeder fish.
Those are the breeders. So that's the kind of fun we get to have before the tournament. Now, I wouldn't even waste my time throwing that fish tournament day, because we just wasted 5 or 6 minutes that we could be fishing to try and get a good one. So this is another fish that was just up shallow in super clear water. I'm just having fun sight fishing. And I'm throwing a minnows now. This is a Z-Man minnows. And man, he just choked it. And it's super fun watching him eat it. And you got to be careful when you're watching them eat, because a lot of times you see them eat the bait, but they don't have it good yet. And if you swing on them too early, then you don't actually hook them good. You got to let them have another second to get the bait down. But we've been catching them on the easy shrimps on the weedless jig head. And this one, we switched over to the minnows to see if we could catch one on the minnows. And I don't think it really mattered what you threw out there on these fish. They were just happy to eat. I bet he's bigger than you think. That's going to do it for today's video, everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Just some clips from doing some sight fishing back in Louisiana. Not a real long video, not too in-depth. Just some fun fish catches and shallow water sight fishing. So if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.